Today's show is sponsored by
Microjig, maker of the gripper. Work safer, work smarter.
Hello, I'm David Picciuto and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make these quick and easy wine boxes that makes a great gift when paired with a bottle of wine, or something you can sell on Etsy or at craft fairs. I'm using the Incra I-box jig, which makes these finger joints quick and easy. Let me show you how it's done.
For this project, I'm picking up some select New Zealand pine from the Home Depot. You could probably get this wood much cheaper if you have access to a hardwood dealer. I purchased two 6-foot boards, which will be enough for 3 wine boxes. I ripped them both to width. Now, I'll resaw both boards. That'll give me a 1/2-inch piece for all the sides and an 1/8-inch piece for the bottoms and lids. Here's where having a drum sander comes in real handy. You can also use a planer or even hand plane them down to remove the saw marks. Using the crosscut slide on my table saw with a stop, I'll cut the long sides. Since I'm making 3 boxes, I'll need 6. Now, I'll move my stop over and cut the 6 end pieces. Here, I'm ganging up my boards and drawing a pencil line to indicate the bottom. This is necessary for using the box jig in the next steps. This is the Incra I-box jig and is great for cutting box joints of all sizes. First thing we need to do is to calibrate the jig by zeroing the adjustable pins to the blade. Then, we'll move the pins about an 1/8 inch away and make a test cut in some scrap. This test cut is then used to determine the width of the fingers. This is what makes the jig so useful, is you can easily make any size fingers using a dado set or a blade that cuts a flat bottom. Now we begin cutting our fingers. That pencil line we drew earlier must always face the inside. Then, we flip the board over, making sure the pencil line is still facing inward. Because the long sides need the fingers in the opposite position, we place the short end over the pins as a guide for the first cut. Once again, making sure the pencil line on both boards are facing inward and towards each other. Now, I cut a groove along the top and bottom of the long sides. This will hold the lid in the bottom boards. This is only necessary on the long sides. Now, I'll take one short side from each box and cut off a 1/2 inch. This will be the opening allowing the lid to slide off. Here, I'm measuring the distance between the grooves to determine the width of my lid and bottom boards. I'll then rip them to width. And cross-cut them to length. For the 3 lids, I'll drill a small thumb hole at one end. It's much easier to sand the inside of the box before gluing up. Once the glue dries, I'll sand the joints flush. If you're using a harder wood, it may be easier to use a block plane or a belt sander. With some scrap wood, I'll create some shavings that'll be used as packing material for the insides.
Well, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to try to sell these at my next handmade show for around 30 bucks. I may even offer a premium price that involves me using my CNC router to inscribe a personal message. The Incra I-box jig costs around 160 bucks. Now you can make your own non-adjustable jig using a simple sled and a pin. You can also check out Matthias Weinel's and Stumpy Nub's homemade adjustable jigs in the links below. They're pretty involved builds, but their plans are very detailed. But what I like about the I-box is you can easily change the width of your fingers by changing the daddle stack and turning a knob on the jig. It comes with a DVD that takes you through the setup and shows you how to do even more tricks that I haven't even tried yet. You can easily figure out the dimensions of these boxes on your own by grabbing a couple of wine bottles and measuring them, or you can purchase the plans I have in the link below. I put out a new project video every Friday, and every Tuesday I put out a new style show highlighting other woodworkers doing cool things. Stay passionate and make something.